Alright folks, buckle up because today we're doing something that's bound to spark some friendly arguments over a pint. We're ranking every single Black Sabbath studio album from worst to best. Now, for those just joining the party, Black Sabbath formed in Birmingham in 1968, blending blues rock with ominous riffs and darker lyrical themes. Their early work didn't just help define heavy metal, it pretty much invented it. And with a career spanning decades, multiple vocalists, and more than a few stylistic detours, the Sabbath catalog is as varied as it is legendary.
And then once they started playing together and being in the room together and making music, they feel like the band again.
Today, we're going all the way from their lowest points to their crowning achievements, all based on musical impact, historical context, and of course, a bit of good old-fashioned fan opinion. Let's get started. The bottom tier, numbers 19 through 15. Number 19, Born Again, 1983. Yes, the one with Deep Purple's Ian Gillan on vocals. Released in September '83, it even managed a number 4 spot in the UK charts.
Somebody said, anyone got an idea of what we should do as a stage set? Geezer said, Stonehenge.
There's a cello intro, some odd production choices, and a general sense of what on earth just happened. Still, it's an interesting curiosity for completists. Number 18, Tear, 1990. Out in August 1990, Tear dives into Norse mythology. And while the riffs are heavy, it doesn't quite feel like classic Sabbath. Some fans and reviewers consider Tear a stylistic departure from classic Sabbath, focusing less on doom-laden riffs and more on lyrical themes. It's gone forever. Number 17, Forbidden, 1995. June 1995 brought this Tony Martin-era oddity, complete with, believe it or not, a cameo from rapper Ice-T. The muddy production and forgettable songs didn't help, and even Tony Iommi later called it a total shambles, one for the diehards only. Number 16, Never Say Die, 1978. Ozzy's last outing until the late 90s reunion, released September '78. The title suggests defiance, but the music sounds worn out, even though it peaked number 69 on the Billboard charts in the US and reached number 12 in the UK. And while Johnny Blade is worth a spin overall, it's a patchy farewell for that era. Number 15, Technical Ecstasy, 1976. October 1976 saw Sabbath steering toward a more polished, almost mainstream rock sound. Even drummer Bill Ward took a turn on vocals for the ballad It's All Right, but critics weren't convinced, and it felt like the band was chasing trends. Some gems are buried here, but it's not the most cohesive Sabbath record. The middle tier, numbers 14 through 8. Number 14, Headless Cross, 1989. Released April '89, this Tony Martin-era highlight features Cozy Powell on drums and leans heavily into the band's occult side. Tracks like Nightwing and The Gates of Hell are dripping with atmosphere. Headless Cross is often regarded by fans and some critics as one of the better Tony Martin-era albums, with praise for its consistent themes and songwriting. Number 13, Seventh Star, 1986. Technically a Tony Iommi solo project, but released under the Sabbath name. This track, featuring Glenn Hughes' Deep Purple on vocals, came out in January '86 in the US and in February in the UK. It's got an 80s sheen that doesn't quite match the Sabbath brand. Still, no stranger to love, and the heavier cuts make it an intriguing listen. Number 12, Cross Purposes, 1994. January '94 brought us a return to darker, doomier riffing. A solid Tony Martin record, but released during the grunge wave, it didn't get much attention. Competent and worthy, just not in sync with the musical climate of the time. Number 11, The Eternal Idol, 1987. Tony Martin's debut in November '87 is dark, moody, and atmospheric. Commercially, it underperformed, peaking at number 66 in the UK, but it's gained respect among fans over the years for its brooding heaviness. Number 10, Mob Rules, 1981. Following the success of Heaven and Hell, Dio returned with drummer Vinny Appice in November '81. The result? Fast, heavy tracks like The Sign of the Southern Cross and the title cut. It's a strong record, just a notch below its predecessor in sheer magic. Number 9, Dehumanizer, 1992. The Dio short-lived reunion album, released June '92, is crushingly heavy with tracks like TV Crimes, proving Sabbath could adapt to the '90s without losing bite. It hit the UK Top 40 and peaked at number 44 on the Billboard 200 chart. Number 8, 13, 2013. The final Sabbath studio album, out in June 2013, reunited Ozzy, Iommi, and Geezer Butler, with Rick Rubin producing.
He was an inspiration to us while we were doing the album.
Yeah, it was.
Tracks like God is Dead and End of the Beginning capture that vintage doom while sounding modern. It debuted at number 1 in both the UK and US. Proof the Kings could still reign. The Elite, number 7 to number 1. Number 7, Black Sabbath, 1970. Released February 1970, the debut is raw, eerie, and utterly groundbreaking. The title track alone, with its ominous tritone riff and storm sound effects, changed rock forever. Add in The Wizard and NIB, and you've got the blueprint for heavy metal. Number 6, Sabotage, 1975. July '75 brought a furious, defiant Sabbath. Hole in the Sky kicks things off with teeth, while The Writ channels real-life frustration. This is arguably the last truly great album from the original lineup. Number 5, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, 1973. By late 1973, the band was creatively drained, yet somehow produced one of their most ambitious records. Heavy, complex, and layered with synths, it balances crushing riffs Sabbath Bloody Sabbath with moody experiments, a high point in imagination and execution. Number 4, Heaven and Hell, 1980. April 1980 saw Ronnie James Dio step in, delivering soaring, mystical vocals that revitalized the band. Neon Nights, Children of the Sea, and the title track are pure magic. It's a rebirth that went platinum and proved Sabbath could thrive beyond Ozzy.
I'm going to sing on and on and on. I'd like to have you sing it after me.
Number 3, Paranoid, 1970. The second album, out in September 1970, took everything from the debut and turned the dial to 11. The album featured tracks like War Pigs, Iron Man, Fairies Wear Boots, and the title track, which reached number 4 on the UK singles chart. Essential. Number 2, Master of Reality, 1971. August 1971 brought down-tuned guitars, thicker riffs, and a heavier sound than ever before. Sweet Leaf, Children of the Grave, and Into the Void practically invented doom metal. Double platinum in the US and a cornerstone of the genre. Number 1, Volume 4, 1972. September 1972's Volume 4 is Sabbath at their creative peak, heavy, experimental, and fearless. From the sprawling opener Wheels of Confusion to the unstoppable Supernaut and haunting ballad Changes, it's the most satisfying front-to-back listen in their catalog. So there you have it, every Black Sabbath album ranked from the misfires to the masterpieces. You might disagree with the order, and that's half the fun. The beauty of Sabbath's catalog is that there's something for everyone, whether you prefer the raw early years, the Dio epics, or the underrated later cuts. Now, over to you. What's your number 1? And which album do you think is criminally underrated? Drop it in the comments, and as always, keep the volume high and the devil horns higher. Rock on!